mess we're about to get into right now.
Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black on Black Cinema. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Tiara.
Hey.
All right, guys, we're back. This is episode 213, The Best Man Holiday. There was no preview episode in between our last full episode and this one because we wanted to get this out right before Christmas. So you're welcome. So we're going to jump right into it. Best Man Holiday is a 2013 film. I'll give the synopsis real quick. Nearly 15 years after they last together as a group, college friends Lance, Harper, Candace, Quentin, Robyn, Jordan, Murch, and Mia finally reunite over the Christmas holidays. Though much has changed in their lives, the friends discover just how easy it is for long forgotten rivalries and passionate romances to be reignited. We did, I don't remember what episode it was, but we did The Best Man a while back, maybe a year or so ago. And we did say that we were eventually going to do this. So now is a good enough time as any. I'll start. I loved it. And weirdly, I never got around to seeing this because I really love the first one. And I think Malcolm Lee did a great job directing the first movie. I like the entire cast, even the people I don't care for in real life. By people, I mean Terrence Howard, who I think is hysterical in this movie. Like, he's so fucking funny. He's so well written in this movie. I'm not even sure he's actually written as much as it's just him being himself. But yeah, I loved it. I can't believe it took me this long to actually watch this movie, but I'm glad I did see it now versus when this came out because of just where I am in life. This movie hits very differently for me than I think it would have in 2013. It's funny, it's poignant in a lot of parts, and like relative to things I've gone through personally. It makes me super sad in some moments. I only really have one criticism that I'll get into, but other than that, I loved it. I just thought it was fantastic. I think everyone is great in it too. So there's supposed to be a third one coming out, but I think it's supposed to be a limited series now. It was originally going to be a movie, but now it's going to be a limited series on Peacock, I think, with like 10 episodes. So yeah, it's kind of a bummer. I was hoping for a movie, but look, I'll take a series if that's what we get. If we get the same cast and everything else, and Malcolm Lee is coming back to work on it, so as long as that all stays consistent, that's fine. I mean, it would be longer that we would get to see it, so that's kind of cool. Michael, what did you think?
Yeah, I like this franchise. I like these movies. I like movies like this, like the first one, like Think Like a Man. But my only problem is that, like, I like all these actors and I forget that they're playing roles, right? Like this is just Morris Chestnut, right? Like, this isn't like
100%
whoever the hell his name is, right? Like, this is Taye Diggs. Like, I 100% imagine that each of these actors, their real life personalities are reflected, are what is, what we see on screen. And, because it feels so natural. It feels effortless. Malcolm Lee makes, decent to very good movies. And even the movies that I don't really care for, I don't think he's necessarily the problem, right? Like, his direction isn't the problem. It's the writing, right? Like Space Jam, he directed that, and I mean, he pulled the best performance you can get out of a LeBron James. You know what I mean? But stuff like this, like these Black romantic comedies that have broad appeal, you know what I mean? I think they're really good. There's literally nothing about this that, like, if you don't like this movie and you're not Black, and you don't like this movie, like, you're probably racist, Joe. Because there's literally nothing about this that that people can't relate to in some form or fashion, or at least get into. It's a soap opera. It's a messy soap opera. It follows all of the conventional romantic comedy things, right? Like every problem could be solved if people just talk to each other, but they don't, because if they talk to each other, then the movie wouldn't happen. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But everyone knows their characters, everyone's playing their part, and it's just a good time. It's a good time. And if you're an emotional movie person like me, like, you won't tear up, yo. You won't tear up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just really good, man. Like, and it's such a fun movie to watch with like my wife has a bunch of like friends who are, very well to do. And we used to get together before all of this COVID stuff. And I wouldn't say it would feel quite like this, but I get it, because this is how Black people just kind of get together and have a good time, man. And
so which character were you in this?
Which character was I?
Lance?
According to them uppity niggas, I was probably Quentin. I was probably Terrence.
Yeah, that's a wild choice.
Like,
no.
Okay.
I remember we played Cards Against Humanity once, and somebody pulled a bukkake card, and no one knew what it was except for me.
Oh.
And I had to explain what bukkake was. And I'm just like,
I don't want to be this guy.
Nobody
wants to be that guy. Michael, why do you know that? I live in the world, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Been
on the internet.
Anyway,
Tiara, what are your thoughts on this?
I love this movie. I think this is probably like the second or third time I've seen it. It's one of the, first of all, Black people are amazing. Like, we look
they're
amazing
all
because
beautiful, yo.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, it's a good looking ass cast, man.
In here.
Yeah,
and they
Because
age like wine.
yeah, they do.
yeah.
They do.
I mean, it's been like 14 years. It's like a 14-year difference. So I definitely had some questions about like did Taye Diggs and Sanaa Lathan's characters wait like the 14 years before they got married just because they tried to do like the whole before and after thing in the photos in the opening credits? No, but they all look even better than he did in the first one, I think, especially Nia Long.
Yo, Nia Long looks
Good
amazing.
Lord.
Yo, she's aging backwards, yo. It's insane.
I love movies like this that show us just being regular people with regular old problems. And Micah, you're right. If you're a non-Black person and you watch this and you quote unquote can't relate to or it's hard to get through, yo, you're racist, yo. You're that's it.
It's
because
it is.
there really is nothing about this movie that is, I mean, I think there are definitely like some Black ass moments in here, but it's something that anyone could find something to identify with in this movie. I have a question about Lance though, because I'm like, hold up. How is he still playing football?
Yo, no. His knees would have been garbage by then, yo. He's like 55 years old. Like, come on, yo. I'm just retiring. No.
You don't know about those 14-year running backs? Those 14-year careers that running backs have?
Like, I don't even watch football, and even I was like, yo, all right.
I was
3 defenders? 3? Okay. All right.
When I was watching this morning, I was like, okay, so I was like, Lance is all right, so he's still in the league, he's retired, like, okay, for a quarterback. All right, when they said running back, I was like, running back? I was like, no. I was like, I had to go and look up the average career length for an NFL running back.
9 months?
It's like 2 to 5 years. So I was like, hold up. I was like, no, there's no way that this man. Ironically, this is fiction, but this actually kind of made me upset. But I was like, there is no way that this man is still playing football, and also like he is this close to smashing a record. And I was like, and at the same time, and he's a starter. I was like, no. I was like, this is not how this works. Like unless he, is like the best running back in NFL history, like, no.
I mean, apparently he is. And the fact that he
I
could walk
thought-
around and still jog on the weekends is ridiculous. No, yo, your legs don't work.
like, just, I thought the movie hit all of the right emotional notes for me. Actually, my least favorite type of angst is the type of angst where people could just solve their problems if they just talked to each other. Because in reality, I didn't think that the issues between Lance and Harper were that big of a deal that they couldn't just have a conversation about it. Like, I prefer, if you're gonna have angst, have it be a little bit more high stakes. But whatever.
That's how I know you're not a man. Like,
right,
no,
I'm not a man.
no. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying how dudes react. I'm not saying that those guys are right. I'm just saying how dudes react. Like, I thought they were being ridiculous, but I'm like, but I could see it. Like, that's my whole thing. I'm like, I get it. I don't agree with it, but I get it. Yeah.
I like how there's actual like character growth between the first and the second movies. Terrence Howard is still like my favorite part of this film. But I also really love Perrineau as Murch, because he is perfectly awkward. And also this movie gave me a lot of secondhand embarrassment where I almost turned it off because I was like, yeah, I can't do this. It's just too much for me. And also like another high point for this is Melissa D'Souza. As what's her name? Forgot what her name was.
Oh, the diva, like the crazy diva.
Yeah. By the way, she's like 54. I was looking at her Instagram page.
What?
Wow,
that is impressive.
Yeah,
she looks great.
She is amazing. Just gorgeous.
I'm not mad at that.
And shout out to having a movie where you have well-to-do Black people, like just living their lives.
Well, it's because the first one was in 1999, right? Like, you got to remember that is the era where they just like Black people were just doing well. Like, just in reality, the world, Black people were doing better. So Black movies, we were doing really well, right? Like, it was just a thing. And because this is a sequel to that, they were like, no, they still doing it. And like, that like sort of flash in the beginning. It's like how everyone's doing. It's like, I'm becoming chef, top author, mega superstar. Yeah, on MSNBC. Like, everybody is doing great. I love that. And I miss that. Yeah. Like, I really do. Yeah. And like, for some reason, that is just like a thing that will just not happen in movies anymore, which is, I mean, it's a reflection of the times. I get it, but it's also sad to me. Yeah. Because it's still fiction.
But yeah, I loved it. I am looking forward to, I think it's called The Best Man, the Final Chapters. Because I like this universe. I'm glad we just spend a little bit more time with them. But yeah, I just had a good time watching it.
Yeah, go ahead, Michael.
No, I was just gonna agree, man. Like, it's fun, and it's literally the only thing that I can watch Terrence Howard in and not be like annoyed to death. You know what I mean?
That's fair. No, I think it's hilarious.
We're still gonna pick out some silly things in this movie, right? Like, there's a couple of casting choices for those kids that don't really make sense to me.
Like Morris Chestnut's kids?
Like, all over the Morris Chestnut's kids. Like,
they all over the place.
Like,
I mean, what if they had recessive genes?
Recessive genes?
To who?
Yeah.
To whose grandfather?
Like the little girl, like the super light skinned girl with the like super silky hair. She basically looks like
the boy who played August, who looks absolutely nothing like the two parents.
No,
literally nothing from skin tone to hair texture.
He might be August Wilson's grandson, like, but he's not their son, yo. Come on.
Okay, so
that shit made no sense.
You know, Micah, I know that you have an issue with Morris Chestnut, but I'm sorry, but there were some parts, like the August Wilson part, or he was like faith, family, football, or whatever. I'm just like,
yeah, he was a little ridiculous.
Don't he get on your nerves? Yeah. Like, he really gets on my nerves, yo. And I think that this character in particular is him, right? Super cocky, super arrogant, fucking insecure and mad for no fucking, well, you got a reason to be mad, but like, not in this movie. And nah, yo, nah. Get out of it.
I mean,
Annoyingly religious. Annoyingly religious.
I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it.
No, Jay,
I didn't want to say it.
Let Micah, the religious one, talk trash about religious people. No, go ahead.
Yo, come on, yo. Just I get it. I do. I really do. But come on, man. Like, just we need to pray on it. And then just do the most intense fucking prayer.
Like God is gonna see her through.
Like, all right, yo. All right.
He's trying to,
and then just he was
acting,
like,
Micah.
Nope. We're just gonna let God handle it. Like, well, are you? I mean,
like,
are you looking?
I'm
sure there's some medical. I'm sure there's some medical like things that you can do with all your vast resources because you're a super rich football player.
I mean, they said they tried everything.
Nah, that nigga was like, nope, it's just God's plan. God's plan. Just nigga like Drake and shit. God's plan. Like, no, God's plan is for you to use some fucking medicine and figure some shit out.
I have to say that was like I didn't like that's not my big criticism of the movie, but that sort of like that ending to when May dies, like before May dies and he has that attitude, it's incredibly irritating to me. And I didn't want to say that yet. I wanted to wait till we got there. But like because I was gonna say it. I mean, it's me. But like, I'm not gonna let it slide. But I was just like, all right, yo, come on, man. Like this seems a little like it feels very heavy-handed and just overly like it's just silly to me. Like it just felt silly. Not like being a person of faith. That part doesn't bother me. It's just like how obstinate he was about like facing the truth. Like, nope. Like I'm not gonna listen to doctors. Like, all right, yo, what are you, an anti-vaxxer? Like, come on, yo, relax. You can believe in God and also be like, yo, put some science on that shit. Like, it's okay. That's fine. Actually, but my big criticism does have to do with May. And I don't know if it's...
Her name is Mia.
Or excuse me, Mia. I apologize. And it's not... I don't know if it's the actress. I don't think it is. Who's portraying her. But, like, I think it's Monica Calhoun. Like, she never feels a part of the core group. And... like while her death is sad and they do a good job of making you like give a shit about it in the end. And I think it's mostly because of how the other characters are feeling and less about like losing her as a character. Like she never feels like a part of the crew, which I think is a problem, right? Like, and I don't know if it's like line delivery or how she's written, or maybe she's purposely written to kind of be on the outside of them, but you see so much more, like even in the first movie, you saw so much more of the core group and like she was kind of ancillary where she's supposed to be a part of it, right? Like it was a bit weird, and that kind of continued from the first movie into this one, which I had a criticism of that before, and they didn't seem to fix that. And again, that could be on purpose, I don't know, but it feels like if you made her feel more like a part of the core group, it would have made her death, spoiler alert, that much heavier. Though it didn't feel light to me. But I think that's because of how the other characters.
I feel like that was on purpose. I felt like that was on purpose.
I can see that. I can see that argument.
It felt like she was almost like a ghost compared to like the problems of everyone else. And I felt like we're supposed to see her as someone who is sadly fading away from that group dynamic. And she's just really on the outside looking in, because their problems, honestly, for her really wouldn't matter, because she was going to die very soon anyway.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. Like, I guess creatively, I would have gone another way. I would have made her a real central character, but maybe by doing that, like, it would be like losing Murch or something like that. It'd be like, whoa, you lost this huge character. So like, it would really fuck with the dynamic. So maybe that's why they didn't do that. I don't know. So
I don't know. I see what you're saying. She kind of gets regulated to be. She gets fridged, basically, right? Like in the first movie, she was the twist, right? And that's kind of her role. And in the second movie, she gets fridged so that Morris Chestnut and so that these two dudes can come together,
right?
And I think that's you're right. I wish she did have more of a role or a beefier role, but But I think, I mean, if you're gonna be fridged, like she played her part well. She was
she was good. Yeah, I had no problem.
Yeah,
with
she's
it.
she was
great.
good at it. She was in a different world, guys.
She was
Do
in
you
a
remember
Players
the
Club,
episode-
right?
Do you remember the episode of A
Yes,
Different
that was
World
her in the
where
Players Club.
you remember
No, I don't.
the episode of A Different World where Tupac came and it was Jada Pinkett's crew from Baltimore,
Mm-hmm.
and Tupac and his crew came. She was the girl in his crew.
Oh, weird.
It's really weird because like I only remember her from like the Players Club and this.
Yeah, I
Which
definitely
are,
do
you
not
know.
remember her from A Different World. Like, I do not remember her in that episode at all. But I definitely, I mean, everyone remembers her from the Players Club. Like, I feel like she's still sad from what happened to her character in that movie. like they just, like, she just never got over that shit. And they were just like, now you in this movie. She was like, I'm still sad about that. That movie was fucked up. And I don't know if it was a comedy or serious drama about rape, because that movie was written very weirdly. And I'm like, I agree with you. It was. Like, watching that movie now, like, it's weird. That movie's fucking weird.
Yeah, I don't need to see that movie again.
Yeah, it's fair. I loved it when I first saw it, but I was also like an immature asshole.
Yeah, you were 18 and you saw titties on film. Like
I was like, Lisa Ray's on
That was
screen. Pause. Rewind. Right? Yeah. So I'm not above it. All right. So let's get into this movie. So the film starts out. You've got Mia and Lance. They have sent letters requesting the old gang to get back together for Christmas. Harper, played by Taye Diggs, and his very pregnant wife Robyn, played by Sanaa Lathan. We see them like at the doctor's office, and they're being told that their child is well on its way, but the baby is breached, so they're going to have to do a cesarean. Fast forward to the end of this movie. Taye Diggs, or not Taye Diggs, Morris Chestnut was being ridiculous in that scene. Utterly ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous.
I gotta save the day.
Yeah, I'm like, all
Morris
right,
Chestnut.
no.
All right.
Yeah, that scene, I was like,
All right.
yo, you're getting on my nerves. Yo. You really are. Oh, don't worry. Oh,
Could you be friends with him? Could you be friends
No.
with Lance?
No.
No.
No. I don't care how much money that nigga got, yo. Like, I don't care if I'm a Giants fan. No. That nigga gets on my nerves.
He's ridiculous. He's ridiculous. No, I can't abide that level of arrogance.
He's fucking annoying, yo. He's annoying.
Yeah, he is.
Like, I get it. And, like, dudes are like that. But, like, nah, yo, he's annoying. Get out of here.
So we do see Taye Diggs' character and Harper and Robyn, like they find out that they gotta do a cesarean, and Robyn is worried because it's basically said that they got pregnant before but lost the kid, right? And so Harper's like this big pessimist, and Robyn is not, and so they're like, she's like, everything's gonna be okay, and he's like trying to keep it together, but like she's also super nervous too, which is terrifying because I've went through that, and it's not fucking easy. Harper then finds out that he got fired from NYU. He was working there as a professor. He also finds out from his publisher that his book is not going to work, and so he's like, his publisher's like, look, you need to find something cool and smart and interesting, and he shows him this other book with one of the housewives of, what is it, Housewives of Manchester or whatever,
Westchester or whatever, yeah,
which has his one friend on there. What's her name?
Shelby,
which
is tremendous casting, yo. That is tremendous casting for that idea, right? Like, she looks like what all of those housewives look like.
Yeah. Don't hate, emulate was her the name of her book. Yeah, I can't believe people watch those shows. Like, I can't. Like,
I can. I've seen them. They're fucking messy.
I used to watch Atlanta like a long time ago.
Your wife still watches that shit, doesn't she?
She watches Potomac, yeah.
The Potomac one, right?
Yeah, It's messy drama.
Jamal Bryant's ex-wife is on there.
Yeah, I've heard.
They reference him way more than you think they should.
Good, because he's an asshole, and I'm sure she's
Jamal
an
Bryant
asshole
was a man of God.
Yeah, it tracks.
All right.
So asking people didn't you tell a story one time how someone like went to his church and like
It was him.
would give. Oh, it was you?
Yeah, he went to
Like,
church.
Wait, no. Finish your statement.
No, he went to his church.
No, finish your statement. What are you about to say? Finish your question. What are you about to say?
Didn't you give him like what is it, like that 5 or 10% of your check?
Yeah, that's what he used to do.
All churches are like, tithing should be 10%, and I don't know where in the Bible they saw that, but when you tithe, you're supposed to give 10%.
Yeah, but didn't you do that?
Are you crazy? Are you crazy? I have not given a crisp $10 bill in one sitting.
Yo, there are people who legitimately give 10% of what they earn. Yo, that's
they give 10%
wild.
of what they earn, dude. Like
after taxes. After taxes. No. When I went to church, like, nah. Look, if there's something in the Bible that says you're supposed to give 10%, 5%, 10%, that was back when people made rocks. That was like their wages were rocks.
That was when you bartered, yo.
You
bartered.
You got to cut off a piece of that ham that you got and get at the Jesus. All right, that's cool. No problem. Nah, not now. Not with modern salaries. Like,
I just thought that you told a story one time where you said like you went to his church and you gave him money, or you knew someone who was giving him way too much money, and you were just like, this man is a fraud.
He never say that.
No, first of all, I would.
Okay, so he's an honest guy.
Give money to
that's what he's saying. Yes,
I don't give money. I said I don't give money to churches because they're tax exempt, so they don't need my money. And secondly, if anything, it might have been either my mother or my mother's friend that gives them money. Now, I remember telling a story about how he asked everybody for $280 from each and every person.
No, he did.
He asked for $280 from each and every person.
Yeah, he wanted a place
so they could send some kids to Jamaica or whatever.
Him and his ex-wife were going down to Jamaica. That's what they were doing.
Some kids, meaning his kids. You better get out of here, man. You're trying to go to Jamaica.
We need to go to Ocho Rios to talk to poor people. No, you don't.
Give me money from Montego Bay.
Right. You know how much margaritas are down there? I need y'all help.
Boy, I need to buy all the beef patties. Thank you, everyone.
$280. Yo, you being wildly specific, Jamal. You being wildly specific. The fuck out.
I was gonna say, that's such a specific number.
Yeah, he knew exactly how many of you broke niggas was gonna give him money, and he knew exactly how much he needed to earn, and he was like, "Let me divide broke niggas by this bill. Now that's gonna work out to be about $280 a pop."
Right, and that's why I remember the number, and I'll never forget it because it's a hyper specific number, $280.
Nah, he ain't say 250 or 200.
He said 300
or 300. I only need 280 to get my vacation on while y'all niggas
see. But 300 that sounds like wow, 300, wow. 280. That's why everything ends in 99. That's why shit is $19.99 instead of $20. This is a psychological thing.
Yep.
So what you're saying is you wouldn't give $3.99 to the church?
No, I wouldn't give $3.99. Even if I got that $3.99, even if I got 3 of that $3.99 from somebody else, I wouldn't give it. No, you gotta be a member and all that, yo. Like you gotta, and members have to pay dues and all that. That's why we
dues. Is it the 10% dues? That's
no. no.
On top. All right, yo. Nah, yo. Look.
Yo, I think
Look,
that's
I'm not a
right.
religious person, but this is starting to sound like a scam. I'm pretty sure. This is sounding like a scam.
Can we move on? Because I think I'm gonna pass out from laughing. 'Cause this
No. So then we see Harper. He goes to see Jordan at her office, played by Nia Long. And they're just talking. He's chatting her up. They're friends. Obviously, they had their situation from the first movie, but they're still friends. This guy comes in. This guy Brian, this white man, and Jordan basically reveals that that's actually her boyfriend, and Harper's like, really? Like, okay. And then he gets like super awkward. He's like, yeah, she used to call you, she calls you like Big B and all this other shit. And she's like, no, I don't. He's like, yeah, maybe she does. Like he's all nervous because like his good friend is dating this white guy and he was not expecting that.
So let me ask you something, Tiara.
Okay, all right. I need this
Is this a hypothetical question? Let's say on December 19th. I don't know.
Yes. Okay, ask me a hypothetical question. Go ahead.
Right. Mm-hmm.
This guy, I he's an attractive looking dude, right? Is he the most attractive dude in this lineup of dudes?
No.
Who is the most attractive guy in this lineup of dudes?
Harold Perrineau.
Oh, that's an interesting choice.
I was not expecting that.
No,
I was not expecting that. Now, does Harold Perrineau look like a coworker, or does this guy look like a coworker? Who does your coworker look alike? Who look like between the two of those dudes who are attractive?
I would have to go with Harold Perrineau.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Oh, so he reminds you of a Harold Perrineau type. Okay.
Yes.
All right. And that's the one that you chose.
Gorgeous.
Okay. All right.
Interesting.
You better watch yourself, man.
Interesting.
We're looking out for you, man.
Trying to help.
Thanks,
You're
Dad.
like a little sister.
I appreciate.
Yeah. We try to help you.
Thanks. I will send you healthy snacks from Whole Foods to show my gratitude, Micah. I'm going to send you some lentil popcorn that I found or whatever.
I'll give them to the boy. I'll give them to my wife. She loves popcorn. I'll give them to my wife, and then she'll eat it and be like, "What is this? Where's the butter?"
Where's the butter? So next up, we see the Murch family. Now includes two little daughters, and Julian finally opened and runs a renowned school with his wife, who is a former stripper named Candace, played by Regina Hall, who is again also aging backwards. She's the head of admissions. His main donor, however, abruptly terminates his relationship with the school when he learns of Candace's past. It is then that Julian finds a YouTube video of his wife stripping and accepting money for sex at a frat party. All right, let me ask you a question, Micah. All right, let's make it super awkward. I'm not going to say your wife because
I was ready.
What you say about my wife, nigga? I respect your wife very much. I would never do that. Let's say that this is your wife, right? This former harlot, if you will. You marrying a woman who used to be a stripper?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Well, I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't.
Why?
Because I'm incredibly insecure. I'm incredibly insecure.
See, he's smart. See, that's my best friend. He's smart. He ain't gonna walk into that chat. No, it's a problem with me. It ain't no problem with her. Problem with me.
You strip all you want. You strip all you want.
I'm gonna ask y'all this: if you see that video, are you gonna be showing all your little friends?
Fuck
yeah, no,
nigga, hell no.
I'm not showing my butt. No, get the fuck out of here.
I'm gonna smash my own phone.
Check out what my wife did 14 years ago. No, get out of here.
No, not never. No, because they even say like only 160 people watched it, so the chances of any of my friends ever seeing it are zero. Like no.
Okay.
Also, That's bullshit. You can't just put stripper titties on YouTube. Like that's fake. It's fake.
Well, this is 2013.
It's probably Daily Motion. They don't know.
Yeah, okay. Daily Motion don't give a fuck. Vimeo. Yeah, no, I'm not showing that to my friends. Nah, don't do that.
I would be upset if my husband showed that video to his friends.
Yeah.
Period. But definitely before telling me that it's like for the world to see, like up there for the world to see.
I don't think I would tell my wife that I'd seen it at all. No.
I would want to know.
I get that a woman would want to know. Nah. I don't think most men would say anything.
Well,
no.
I mean, if it hinges on, if your career hinges on this.
Right, that's what I mean. Yeah.
You gotta,
that's fair.
Conversation.
Yeah, because they work together.
But like, if it didn't, I mean,
I still would want to know regardless, but
I understand that. But if it didn't, if you didn't work together, Mike, are you telling your wife? If this is your wife, not your wife? Fictional wife?
Yeah, because I don't keep secrets from my wife.
Nah, I'm not telling. She know what she did. She keeping secrets from you.
Hey,
she keeping secrets from you.
I'd be like, hey, I think you should be aware this is out there.
You out here giving head for cash.
You need to do something. You just need to be aware.
You need
because then if you don't tell her, strike. Blindside. Right. Is there something?
And then she
monetize
mad at you.
They're trying to make money off us.
Like, but like she'd get mad at you if she did later find out, and then she found out that you knew.
Nah, she would never find out I knew because I wouldn't tell anyone.
Wow. So just keep that lie. Okay.
I wouldn't lie. I'm not lying about anything. She lied. She didn't tell me that she's out here giving blowies for cash.
10 years prior, why would she need to do that?
What's that?
Was from something from 15 years earlier? Why would she need to tell you that?
She doesn't. And I don't need to remind her of the terrible mistake she made.
Wasn't a mistake at the time if you needed the money.
She seemed to think it was a mistake. Her ass was crying at the end.
I mean,
talking about, I made a mistake. Yeah, she did make a mistake. You can't, that's not a life she wanted. She was doing it because she needed money.
Of course not.
Right.
Of course.
Now, if she was a professional, if she was in porn, like, that's different. Right? But like, you just had a frat party, like, giving blowies. Like, come on. Like, nobody wants to have to do that for life. Like, that's not the job she wanted.
Of course. And no one wants that out there. But if it's out there, I want to know. Tell me.
What you gonna do? Just get sad again?
No, I just want to know. So that way no one blindsides me later on about it.
You be like, I did it. Check the views. Yeah. Very popular.
Yeah.
Leave a comment.
And if
smash that like
button. Like and subscribe. Oh man. God damn it. No, I don't think I could. I think I would just be like, nah. Like, that's in your past is in your past. I don't think I feel like a woman would not want to be reminded of that. Now if it's fucking with her business or something like that I can understand.
I mean, I would want to know still.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the advice of the actual woman.
Nah,
that
what they know
says she would want to.
You hear this? Mike is like, so there's an actual woman on the show who just told you that she would want to know.
No, she lying.
And Dave's like,
nah,
I disagree.
Yeah,
that is the most man thing.
Yeah, I disagree. I'm not telling you what a woman.
I was literally him mansplaining.
Yeah, no, but I'm not. No. I'm not telling you.
A woman would actually react.
No, I'm not telling you. No, I'm gonna ask my wife right after this. After she finished smacking me, I'm gonna let y'all know what she said.
Oh, okay, because all women are supposed to have the same.
But that's what I'm saying. I know my wife, and I'm telling she'd be like, no,
okay,
nah, yo.
As a woman, me myself personally, I would want.
I feel as though you got a whole statement.
I feel as though I would want to know.
Look, I get it. I feel like if I say, hey, I saw this video of you giving blowjobs for cash, the messenger is going to get shot. And I don't need that.
Not always.
What's that?
Not always.
See, that's not, again, this is like before the show. This is not a hard no, yo. Like, it's not a hard no. hey, I saw this video. I mean, look, he didn't broach the topic very well. Is that what you were charging your clients? I was like, that's not how you had that conversation.
That
was a mistake.
The second that scene came up, I said, well, they got to talk. Well, is this what you do? Not like that, bro. Come on.
Also, man. Not during. Like,
when she's what do they call it? Rocking the mic? Is that what they said?
Yeah. Nah, you can't be like, why you want to talk about your wife giving head to somebody else while she trying to give you head? Like that seems like really bad timing. That's a time everybody should be on the same page. Okay.
It sounds like he was a little insecure. Very
insecure. I'm not insecure enough to be fucking showing my friends that video. That's fucking crazy. So yeah, after that, Harper goes home, and he is, by the way, Murch loses this $2 million from this guy because I guess they find out that he is that his wife was sleeping with or giving head to people for money. So he's in a world of trouble. Harper goes home. He's like trying to write something, and he's looking at the idea of doing a biography of Lance as Lance is retiring from football. But he of course has to get Lance's permission to do so. He's having some trouble with his wife. But they kind of patch it up a little bit. Things are okay. They're still nervous about the kid. And they go to this big holiday party at Lance's house. This house is insanely large. Like, it's just stupid.
I said the same thing. My wife was like, well, he is a football player. Nah, yo. This house is stupid. Huge.
I mean, but he is a football player, though.
Nah. This shit is ridiculously huge.
It is, but like, I've driven by football players' houses. They're ridiculously huge because like they don't know how to be reasonable. Also, one of the go ahead.
Apparently not, because and this seems like something that this annoying ass character would do.
Yeah. Let me buy the biggest goddamn house on any block ever.
Like, also, what are your utilities? What are your utilities?
See, this is how you know Mike is a homeowner. Like, a giant house doesn't impress you when you got to pay bills. You're like, nigga, who cleaning all this?
That's all I can think. Like, I mean, what if you had to fix something? I guess he would hire somebody to do it.
He got servants, yo. Like, he could just hire somebody. He got servants serving drinks and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he ain't doing himself. One of their kids, even though they got a Cosby situation going on, like all the kids are, they run the gamut of color. One of their kids looks like one of their daughters, I guess is like the oldest daughter, looks just like JTD's daughter to me. She looks very similar. She looks very similar. So
her brother looks like he's half black, half Puerto Rican. So
does the little girl, one of the little girls.
Yeah.
She looks the same way.
Yeah, it's a little Bruno Mars in the background. Yeah, these kids don't look nothing like those two actors. Like, they were just, I don't know if they Malcolm Lee's kids or what. They were just like, just get in there. It's fine. We find out the youngest son, whose name is August, is named after August Wilson. And Lance comes out and he's like, he's named after August Wilson, an American legend. It's a big inspiration to this guy. He was like, yeah, you'll never be on his level. You got a long way to go. And it's like, all right.
I know.
Yo, fuck you, yo.
Like, okay, man. Like, goddamn, we still on this shit. It's been 15 years.
That actually brings up something.
That's why I fucked your bitch.
Like, wow.
Like, but the timing thing. So one of the questions I had about this movie was like, at what point were people waiting to have kids or getting married and stuff? Because it's been like 15 years, and so why is there still tension between Harper and Lance for something that happened literally 15 years prior?
So, okay.
And I feel like this movie could have
more than that.
It could have given
right? Because the movie took place 15 years ago, but the infidelity took place in their college years.
Right? Yeah. So yeah, it's like mad long ago.
I don't
like
give a fuck
30
what they
years
look
ago.
like. These motherfuckers are pushing 50 in this movie.
Right. Got a 50-year-old running back. It's just like
that's not
that
happening.
That makes me so mad. But I'm just thinking, like, I feel like this movie could have given a little bit more context to why Lance and Harper would still be having some of the same tension, because it didn't even seem like they were even friends. It sounded like, I know they said like, oh, they're acquaintances or whatever, but that didn't even seem friendly at all. It sounded like, I haven't seen you since like 15 years ago. So
that's certainly the impression I get as well. I will say this. I think they do explain it in the latter part of the film, which is Lance has never dealt with his wife's side of the thing, so he could never truly let it go. So I think that's kind of the implication. But like, I can't imagine giving a shit about someone my wife slept with in her 20s,
right,
when she's almost 50. Like, that's super fucking weird.
And you have kids, you got a whole career.
Even if it was me,
no, I'd have killed you by then. What the hell do I care?
Right,
no, you did. You did. Look,
right,
you gone. It don't matter.
Like, it's one thing. It's one thing if it's somebody that's like who the fuck? Like, my wife used to date a doctor before she dated me. Right? Like,
weirdly, it was Dr. Oz, which is fucking strange.
I would imagine that I'm the one that's married up. You know what I mean?
No, that's
but
not. That's not a guess.
Yeah,
but if it was my friend, like somebody that I thought was my best friend,
yeah,
like,
it's hard.
I don't know, yo. I'm gonna feel some kind of way about it.
You think?
Really
do you think you could be friends with? Do you think you and I could still be friends if again, this woman in the story, not your wife, like, could you still be friends with that person? I don't think so. Maybe I don't know that I could. I don't know that I could either.
I'm not mature enough to handle that shit.
I don't think I am, yo. I don't think I am either. I'd be like, fuck that nigga. Like, for real.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's been so long, and I'm just thinking, like, if you're going to be friends, then let it go and be friends, or don't.
Nah.
But this it feels like he was just. I mean, obviously, this character has a lot going on, and it feels like a lot of his anger at Harper was more like anger towards his wife dying and stuff like that. But like at this point, 20 years ago, I'm like, all right, bro, like, either like let it go. At some point, you gotta let it go.
Yeah,
but also I know if this was my friend, I mean, I would have just ended the friendship. like.
But see that, but that's what I'm saying. Like, right. I think guys are. I hate
on to it.
I hate to say this, but I think guys are just like, when it comes, like, guys are really weirdly territorial when it comes to like sleeping with who they sleep with, and especially who they are like in a real relationship with. Not so much like just like, oh, I slept with that girl and you slept with that girl. Like, a lot of niggas don't give a fuck about that, right? But like, if it's somebody they truly loved, like, dudes are like weirdly territorial about shit like that. Like, so I don't know. I think the way it's portrayed is extreme. But like, in and of itself, I don't know that most guys wouldn't kind of be like that. Like, maybe not like, I'm gonna fight you. Like, but I think like guys would hold on to that shit. Yeah, I think they would. I think a lot of guys would.
Even holding on to it, even though you're like, yeah, we cool, and we're just gonna maintain a 15-year friendship, but still.
Right, but you gotta also remember, like, his wife wants to keep all of them together. Like, I think if it was up to him, he would be like, he'd be like, nah, fuck this dude forever.
They said that they haven't talked to each other in 15 years, or barely spoken to each other in 15 years. Like, Mia is the one that wanted everybody to come.
Right. Yeah.
Because Mia's cool with everybody.
Okay.
So, yeah, but I think guys.
I wouldn't have came. I wouldn't have came.
That's it. Like, nah, yo.
Yeah.
You coming? Nope. Nah, I'm not going to be there.
No.
I'm not going to be there. But but Taye Diggs is doing it because he's still friends with Mia, and he's just trying to be a good dude. But like, nah.
And he also wants to,
get a book done.
Probe Lance for information. So.
I mean, I think we've
just like he did his wife 30 years ago.
I think y'all established in the first review I did of the first movie, that Harper is a terrible friend.
He is, yo.
Yeah,
he's
is
a terrible person, yo.
Yeah, he's not a good guy.
A terrible human being.
No, he's not. He eventually matures and realizes that he's being a real piece of shit. But like, he didn't really realize it at the end of the first movie.
No, especially when he
proposes
to Sanaa Lathan at their wedding.
That's obnoxious,
He
yo.
surely did.
Fuck you forever.
Didn't
yo.
ask permission or anything. Just
don't.
Don't
even ask people permission. Just don't. It's their day, yo. Don't do that. It's obnoxious. It's fucking obnoxious.
Well,
I cannot
he's selfish.
Yeah, I hate anybody who does that. Like, I think it's just don't. Just wait till tomorrow. Hey, I was really jazzed up at that wedding. I was really feeling it. Cool. I'll see you ass at brunch tomorrow. You can ask me. Like, just wait. Next day. Don't steal people's thunder, man. That shit is on their wedding day.
Right. Going to a party that you ain't put no money in for, eating up all their food, and then you gonna take that. Yo, nope.
Congratulations.
Don't
Nigga,
do it.
today was my day. What the fuck? Yo, I would be pissed if that happened at my wedding. I would be super pissed.
I'll pull him aside and ask him to leave, yo.
God damn.
Yeah, yo, you drinking my fucking booze? You eating my food? You dancing to the DJ that I paid for? And then you going, nah, yo. Nah.
It's like the second you see him get it like lower down to his knee, just like yanking up.
Yeah, get up, get up. Not here, not today.
Yeah, I'll turn all them fucking lights out. Get the fuck out of here. Ain't nobody seeing that shit. Get out of here. Yo.
Get up.
Nope.
I just thought it was the right time. No, it isn't.
No,
that feels like that feels like something someone we know would have done at Micah's wedding. I'm surprised it didn't happen, to be honest. See, I already had to say who it is, and you already know.
Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked that it didn't happen. To be honest, I'm shocked.
Well, I done asked his ass. His ass have been gone to California way faster than what he did. Fuck out of here, yo.
I was just feeling the moment, bro. No, nigga. So there's a funny moment where Quentin is talking to, I think Quentin is talking to Murch, and he's like, yeah, I don't know how they got, like, you kind of come into the conversation like in the middle, and he's like, look, if they can get the word homo banned, we can get the word nigga banned. And then he sees Harper coming. He's like, what's up, my nigga? It was just a hilarious moment. Like, he just undercuts his exact point, which was just funny to me. So everybody's kind of getting together, and I love that we're supposed to believe, or Sanaa Lathan's character is feeling down on herself and feeling like not beautiful because she's very pregnant. And it's like, oh, poor Robyn. And I'm like, yo, Sanaa Lathan looks amazing right now. Like, she looks great as a pregnant woman. Like, she does not look bad at all. 0%. Because she is gorgeous no matter what. But then we see what's her name? Real House or Real Housewife Shelby. I can never remember his character's name. She walks in and she is wearing a ridiculous ass fur coat because she is a ridiculous person. And she kind of treats her daughter like shit. She's just kind of a dirtbag, and she's not a good mom.
So self-absorbed. She's
super self-absorbed. She got like the titties pushed up. She's got like this crazy tight dress on. And all the guys are just like, oh, she's the worst. But like, Quentin's like, she is so fucking fine. Look, she is super good looking. She is.
They're actually like for the next series, I hope we get a lot more Shelby and Quentin, because I loved watching them together.
Oh, they steal every scene the two of them are in. Absolutely, they do. Yeah, and I like that she actually had some character growth in this because she absolutely didn't need to. Like I they could have just let her and Quentin just be just two dirtbags, and I would have enjoyed them just the same, right? But they actually do let them grow. So we come to find, like, we meet, Brian comes in. He's the only white guy besides the helping staff there, and he's with Nia Long, and it's just awkward. Nia Long is like, "Oh, Robyn, that's going to be a big baby," and then she just laughs awkwardly. What feels like 10 whole seconds, right? And we know how long 10 whole seconds are, right, Tiara?
I do. I felt unlike some other times, I felt really awkward during this 10 seconds. I almost turned it off. I was like, yeah, I've seen this before. I could just turn it off. Because
they did a real good job hanging. They did a real good job hanging on to that laugh until it's like when you do a joke like that, like you got to hang on it, and then you got to hang on until it's not funny, and then you got to keep hanging on until it's funny again. Yeah. And they time it perfectly.
Yeah, it's like the comedy of threes, basically. Yeah, so it's a they have a dinner and it's like awkward, where Harper is like asking Lance about like football stuff because he's trying to like pull him for information and everything else, and it's like super awkward. Then we get a scene of
this nigga said in order to break this record, he's got to rush for 176 yards, yo.
In one game at 50 years old as a running back. All right, you got it.
As a running back.
Yeah, no, that's
as a running back.
It's possible.
Yeah, I'm sorry for the people who don't watch like NFL football, like having a running back at his age at 176, like it makes you wonder if Murch Chestnut was like, my character Lance, he does literally the impossible. This feels like one of those when an actor has input on their character and is like, this would never happen in reality, but okay, we're gonna listen to you because we have to. That's how that felt.
Like I get Adrian Peterson exists, right? And is still, I think he's still currently playing. But
oh yeah, maybe, I don't know. I think he's like a backup somewhere.
176, yeah, right? He's a backup, yo. Like, hey, rushing for 176.
He's like 32, maybe.
Right. And look, pushing 50 is a bit much. No, this nigga's like 42 at the time of this movie. like come on,
Adrian Peterson is 36 years old. Just putting it out there.
Oh, 36. Interesting.
Perfect age.
Yeah, is it? So then we see Brian leaves. Well, one, we get a scene of Murch showing Quentin the video of his wife stripping, and obviously selling sex, and he's like kind of freaking out, and then Candace comes in and she's like, "Oh, what y'all doing in here? Oh, y'all having a good time down in y'all little PJs." And look, Regina Hall is wonderful, and she plays the scene really well. And she's like, as they're leaving, she's like, "Oh, can I borrow your phone? I don't get any signal." And just as Murch is about to hand the phone to her with the video still on it, Quentin literally just grabs the phone and smashes it onto the ground, and then just like doesn't say anything and just like awkwardly walks out. And she's like, "Are you sure he only smokes weed?" And he's like, "I don't know. That nigga's crazy. Like, whatever." Like Quentin is just like, "Look, like I can't allow this show. Like, if you let her see it, it's gonna be the end of days because she's gonna shoot the messenger." See, Quentin knows what he's talking about. This is the one thing I agree with Quentin on. Like, don't do it.
You and Terrence Howard.
Yep, that's right. Me and him. That's right. The two of us, simpatico. Then there's a scene where White Brian is talking to all the other men, and they're all just like giving him a hard time. Quentin was like, "Yo, have you ever dated a black woman before? How do we know this isn't like
a trip to the jungle or something like
that?"
No,
he was like, "This is a Django Candyland situation," which is hilarious. And the guy was like, "Oh no, I've dated all kinds of women, but Jordan is pretty special. I'm surprised she's gotten past any of you guys." And Quentin just like stone face is like, "Who says she did?" And like it's like super awkward. And then of course like Lance is like, nah, we just messing with you. And they just like they're giving him a hard time. but then, of course, Murch is like, well, that doesn't mean someone didn't make an attempt. And then, of course, it's like, nigga, why would you even say that? Like, what are you doing?
Is this before or after Nia Long's character was like, I hate the snow, and Quentin was like, could have fooled me.
Yeah, that's right. Whoever wrote his line, I guess Malcolm Lee, I don't know if he had help writing or anything, but yeah, I know he wrote it. But yeah, like all of Quentin's parts are written incredibly well. Like they're fucking perfect. Then we get a scene where Shelby proclaims her love for Big Black Dick. And then she's like, she's really into getting anal apparently, and talks to a black man's dick. So she's really excited about that. And it's funny because Jordan was like, "You right, Big Black Dick," and I'm like, "Damn, like poor Brian." Like he in the other room crying himself to sleep and shit. Shelby is a huge fan of the BBC. Good for her. Then they do an exercise. The guys are like, what Harper asked, because as he's probing for information about this book, he asked everybody like what three words would they choose to describe themselves. And Lance, of course, says, with a straight face, God, family, football, in that order. So I will go to the two of you. What are your 3 words that you would choose to describe yourself? Obviously, it's God, family. What's your third one, Micah? Comic books.
Doom. God, family, doom. There you go. There you go.
No.
I have no clue.
Perseverance, knowledge, lying.
I mean, my brain is like not functioning very well.
Don't do drugs.
But right off the top of my mind, chocolate.
Could have fooled me.
What?
Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. My bad.
Yo, you're such an asshole, yo.
I know. That's my first one. That's the first one for me.
Chocolate, wine, and tequila.
Ugh.
You got problems, yo. You're 30, yo. You're 30. You're 30 years old.
I am.
I feel like 2 out of the 3 of those would be something Olivia Pope would choose. Like popcorn would be number 3.
Like chocolate and wine is like, that's like a meal for me.
That's not a meal. That's not a meal.
Must be nice.
But it is good.
Be nice.
What must be nice, Micah?
Wine.
I mean,
what?
Micah,
Having chocolate and wine?
Yeah, it's great.
As a meal? Oh, rich ass.
My wine is not very expensive.
No, it's not. Every time I see those bottles, I'm like, this is sad. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know. Jay judges me.
I do.
Jay
openly. No, I do. Openly.
Yes, he does. Jay
Absolutely.
is bougie and he's a bully. And he judges my
There you go.
choices.
There you go.
Yeah, bougie's
Asshole,
definitely one of those.
Asshole, judgmental, and bougie. There you go. There's Jay's.
I mean, we can move on. You nailed it. So, like, whatever. I'm going to fucking disagree. I'm going to fast forward a bit. We see Shelby coming to talk to Murch after she finds the video of Candace, and she's like, "Look, I'll give you some money to fill the gap for your $2 million that you need, because I got all this, trollop cash from this TV show, but we're gonna have to have dinner, and wear something nice." And he's like, "Can we just have lunch?" And she's like, "My money, my rules," and proving that she's a real piece of shit, because like she only wants to fuck this guy to kind of fuck up his relationship at this point.
Yes. Yeah, it's an ego thing because she's mad that she didn't get him.
Yeah, that he literally chose Candace over her.
Right. Especially someone who she probably viewed as beneath her.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's too much fucking in this friendship between all of these people.
Oh yeah, that's the problem.
Like I'm not like I'm cool with my ex and her friends, but we ain't hanging out, yo. Like we just not.
So y'all never been in a friend circle like this?
Fuck no. Are you serious?
Weird, yo. It's
that people
weird.
have multiple people's lines have crossed that they have slept together and have been in relationships? No, absolutely not. No.
Right, not even just like slept together, yo. Like
these people have like real relationships
with each other.
Right. Like Shelby and Murch were in a they went to a wedding together. That is a real ass relationship. Nah, yo. They've had multiple times they've had sex with an intimate relationship and you just hanging out across the hall. Nah, I don't want to see you. No, fuck that.
Ever again?
Not like this. Not on some like let's hang out shit. No. I don't want to hang out with my ex. Go away. No. You hang out with your exes?
No.
All right then. Don't judge me. Judge yourself.
You know what? You're right. This is the only time.
Yeah. All right then. All right then.
To answer your question, Jay, no.
Yeah. Is that a hard no?
Too many of these friends. Is it
a hard no?
What did you say, Jay?
Is it a hard no?
That one was a hard ass no.
Yeah,
yes.
Right.
There's, in fact, there's no sipping wine after that. There's no, as Michael put it, know what the question was.
Yeah.
It's just no. Period.
Too many of these friends have seen each other naked, yo.
Nah, it's too much. It's too much.
Nah,
no, but that's what's fucking them up. Like Taye Diggs has seen Nia Long. They've slept together, right? Or like almost did. I can't remember if they did or didn't. But like she wanted to, and he was like, and then like, nah, I'm not going to do it. Like, and then so him and his pregnant wife, like she don't fuck with Nia Long because she's like, I know you tried to fuck her. Like, nah, yo, it's too close. You too close, man. You too close. Like,
he's seen Lance's wife Mia naked.
No, not naked. They were like fucking. They were
fucking to R&B, yo. Like,
yo, that's unacceptable. Yo.
Like, that's like, nah, yo. You can't fuck the R&B, yo, and then just be like that's why Lance is fucking still holding on to this shit, yo. That's why Lance is still holding on to this shit.
It's been like 20 some years though. I mean, come
on. Yo, like it's like they had a very intimate situation, yo.
I
like,
know.
I'm not okay with Lance's behavior. I think he is being ridiculous, and you do need to grow up at some point. But every time you see that nigga, you're just thinking, yo, which Isley Brothers song was he blowing my wife's back out to? And that shit is unacceptable. Yo, it's unacceptable behavior. No, you can't. Yo, you can't get that shit out of your head. No way. That's why, look, that's why when guys are like, I need to know how many men my girl slept with. No, you don't. You don't, yo. You don't.
No. Yeah, don't ask questions you don't want to answer to.
No. Like, that pass. I'm not going to tell my wife, like here's all the stroke by stroke, like, breakdown. Like, no, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. That's crazy. But look, poor Lance can't get that shit out of his head.
Dummy.
It's not his fault, man. It's not his fault.
It's his fault for holding on to it.
It's his fault for holding on. It's not his fault, like, that they slept.
I mean, he has so many other things going on for him, and that's whatever.
He's probably just mad because he didn't sleep with as many women as he could have while he was, getting 5,000 rushing yards over the last 35 years in the league. Imagine all of the cheerleaders that are throwing themselves at him. Lance, your knees still work. Come talk to me. He's like, no, I got God, family, football in that order. I got to go home.
I'm 20 years old, God, family, football. And here I am 30 years later, so pissed. Because I put God before everything else.
You should have put tail, football. Oh God!
Should have used Quentin's. What did Quentin say?
Yo, his line was fucking hilarious.
It was like 4 of them.
Yo, it was like
fuck bitches, get money, eat pussy, or some shit like that. Like, it was fucking wild.
Yeah, it was like, yo, that's 1, that's 4, and that was like a phrase, and he was like, get pussy / get hit or whatever the fuck it was. That shit was hilarious. Holy shit. That dude was funny. So after Shelby and Murch walk out of their room, of course, Quentin sees them, and he just smiled. He was like, "God bless you, Merry Christmas," like because he thinks they slept together, or he doesn't, and he's just being a prick because that's just what he does.
I think he was just being an asshole.
Yeah, well, he's great at it. Something to aspire to. At one point, Harper goes out to the kitchen and he sees Mia like coughing up blood in the most like, dude, she definitely has cancer scene ever. And earlier he was asking like, does she seem like overly thin?
Yeah.
And of course, like Robyn's like, you asking me if a woman you slept with looks thin while I look like this? And I'm like, again, you got to calm down, Sanaa Lathan, because you look gorgeous. So just relax.
No,
what?
I get it.
I understand her
I
point.
understand where she's coming from.
Of course.
And I don't understand where she's coming from. I've seen it. And it's just like
firsthand.
They're full of emotion, like they're full of emotion and insecurity. So I understand. No, that is 100% on Harper.
you gotta. I feel like maybe you have to couch that in like a bunch of caveats. Does she look thinner? Because I think she might be sick. Like, just what you know?
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, you got to put the last part first and the first part last.
Yeah, she looks sick.
Right.
She probably thin.
I think she might be sick because she looks a little thin.
Right. Now you look perfect. You look perfect.
Yeah, get out of here, man.
And then you just rub her belly until she stops hitting you. So she lets him know. She's like, look, I have cancer. We tried everything. I'm just trying to, get everybody together for one last ride. And he's like, look, I'm sure you can like try something else. And she's like, nah, we've tried everything, experimental and non-conventional, conventional stuff. And it's a sad scene.
Yeah.
And then Lance walks in and he's like, hey, why don't you head back to bed? And then he talks to Harper and he's basically like, you're going to witness a miracle and all this other stuff. And this is the part that I understand.
Yeah.
I understand it, right? From a like visceral, religious humanity sense. I understand people putting their faith in God and everything else. I get it. I whether I agree with it or not, I can understand it and I can respect it. What I cannot ever understand is like blindness, where you're just like, there's going to be a miracle. Like, really? Because like there's been a ton of like not miracles for people who have cancer.
I mean,
he's grief stricken.
Right. No, I understand. Of course. But like the way he's played off.
I get it. I think the thing that gets me is, one, it's Morris Chestnut and he's fucking annoying. And two, he starts off with like, you got to keep this a secret. But you're good at keeping secrets, aren't you? Like, nigga, this is not the time now.
Right, relax. Yeah. Why are we arguing?
Shut the fuck up.
Like, why are we arguing? Your wife is dying. No, this is like a number one terrifying thing to me, is losing my wife like young, like early in our lives like this. Like, no. And like, if you're married, like, there's no way that this doesn't affect you, like watching these scenes, because they're pretty well acted. But I can't imagine that, and like I try not to even think about shit like that. Like I really, really try not to, because it's fucking terrifying, right? Like, no, thank you. But I think it's played incredibly well. So yeah. Then we get a scene of Regina Hall apparently given a terrible blowjob. I mean, minus teeth, I don't know how it's possible. And she's like, oh, come on, come on, baby, let's do it. Look, if a woman is offering you a blowjob and it's your wife, not really sure what the problem is. But he's like, oh, I think I heard the kids and all this other stuff, because he's all freaked out because of the video, obviously. And then he says, Is that what you used to say to your customers as she's literally got her head down at his penis? Nigga, what are you doing? One, that's how you get bit. That's stupid. Two, she flips the fuck out and she's like, time to go. Goes down and gets the girls and she's like, yeah, everybody already knows I'm a ghetto ass dick sucking stripper hoe, right? And then Shelby comes
they
over.
They were fighting
like,
right in front of the kids.
Yeah, yo, don't do that. Don't say that in front of
like
your kids.
I'm like, yo, but the babies are just watching y'all just problem solve by fighting and yelling at each other about this. Like, can y'all take this to the other room?
Yeah, I did like that Regina Hall was beating that ass like a Cherokee drum. That part I enjoyed. And she did call her out. She was like, bitch, you tongue kiss nasty ass Flavor Flav on TV. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like once you do that, I feel like that's, worse than anything Regina Hall could have done.
I mean, I feel like that's being a little bit mean to a black man, but like, you're right.
You're beating black women all the time. You'll be fine.
Oh, see, that's not
Regina Hall, like the DC came out.
100%.
And she was like, you tongue kiss Flavor Flav, you dirty bitch. And Melissa D'Souza was like, I don't suck dick for tips, you fucking hoe. And Regina Hall said, yes, you do, you miserable old bitch. First of all, she popped that bead and she ramped that shit up. Bitch, right? And she said, it's called alimony. I'm like, God damn, yo. Yeah. Then they started fighting.
Yeah. And then it was like, oh, y'all fighting in front of y'all kids. That's sad.
Right. Two 40-year-old women fighting in front of their kids.
Yo, like, what are y'all doing, yo? What are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure unless your family is threatened, like physically being threatened, nah, yo, after like 30, yo, you shouldn't be physically fighting, yo. That's crazy to me. I'm not throwing punches at any dude after 30 years old. That's insane.
Really?
No. For what?
Never?
Again, if my family is being threatened, that's one thing. Like, you're not just going to talk shit and I'm like, yo, let me get into a fist fight. Nigga, I'm 41 years old.
Well, plus, you're also a guy. You know what I mean? Like, guys don't, like, when guys are young, they
fight all the time.
Like, fights and shit. But, like, when guys get older, it's like, all right. I ain't got time for all that fucking fighting and shit.
Yeah, I'm not fighting.
Women will fucking try to kill each other at any age, no matter the relationship. Be your goddamn mother. If you get into enough, if you fight long enough, you gonna rip out hair and put, I've seen a woman.
No, women fight
horribly. Eyebrow ring out, yo. Like that shit is fucking. And they expected me to stop that shit. Like, what the fuck? I was security at Target that one time. They were like, "You got to do something." Like, nigga, I'm here to protect this property, nigga. Get the fuck out
like a good cop. I'm not here for people. I'm here for property. No.
Right. You better get out of here. I'm trying to make sure they don't knock down this aspirin off of this aisle.
Hey, relax. In the middle,
if you touch one of them, then I'm
you
getting sued. Nah, yo.
No, women fight viciously, man. They do.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not fighting it. Like, you would have to say something. You would have to say something pretty disrespectful to my wife, like, for me to get into a fist fight. No, I'm not. No. You're not just gonna be like, "Fuck you, nigga," in traffic, and I'm like, "Get out of the car and start fighting you." Like, no.
So no repeats of
high school
story Micah told on one episode. Like,
that was me at like 18. It's crazy.
Right.
No more of that.
No, yo, I'm 41 years old, yo. That's insane. You imagine me just like throwing down in a fist fight because somebody was like, "Fuck your mom, bro," and I'm like, all right, nigga, let's roll. Like, no,
I mean,
I'm not rolling around on the ground. Get out of here.
I feel like, so
fighting is exhausting.
I can see you saying the kind of just being like, whatever. But if Micah were like, so Jay got into a fist fight because someone was like, "Fuck your mom, bro." And I would have been
all right,
like,
I'm not. I don't take too kindly to disrespect to my mom. You're like, all right, that's fair. That's fair. I might have a few lines, but like, I just don't see me getting like I remember somebody say I was with this woman like at a mall, and somebody, this is back like in my 20s, and somebody walked by us, some dude walked by us and like was like, damn, she's fine as shit or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna get into a fist fight. I was like, yeah, that okay. Like, yes, she is with me. If they did that to my wife now, we gotta talk. We gotta have the conversation. And if you fucking said anything disrespectful, I'm gonna knock your fucking teeth out of your mouth. That's different. I don't take kindly to disrespect. But like, it's gotta be pretty extreme. It can't just be on some bullshit. You're not gonna just call me like a bitch and then I'm just gonna fight. Like, some dudes will fight at the drop of a fucking hat. Like, you're 40 years old. Like, control yourself.
Jay, I am so glad that you are so willing to tell the people of what you're capable of. That's so great.
No, people should know that. Like,
yeah,
I might be 5'9",
how violent you can be.
I'm no shrinking violent, yo. I'm not. No, I kind of like fighting. Like, and I haven't done it in a long time. So like,
so you condone violence? That's
I don't condone it.
Okay,
I don't condone it. Just letting you know.
All right.
I don't think people should fight unless they have to. That's
you just
it.
said that you like. Okay, hey,
I'm just saying.
This is your truth,
and I'm standing in it. That's all I'm saying. Just telling you, I'm a very nice person. So Mia's not doing well. She tries to do her daughter's hair. I'm sorry. These grown ass niggas get into a fake fight in the car because they're 40 something years old, right? And they don't want to really fight. Yo, you ever been in a real fight? A real fight, if it lasts any more than 3 minutes, yo, niggas are exhausted. Like, yo, people not trying to fight for real, yo. Grown men will try to talk their way out of a fight 90% of the time because nobody wants to really fight.
Right, without being the one to fucking
back down.
They'll try to out intimidate each other.
Yeah, that's what they do.
And in hopes that somebody else will back down
or somebody will intercede.
Right.
Yeah,
that's what
I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna fuck you up. Hey, Michael, where you at? Where you at? Hey, right.
That's where that shit comes from, yo. Yeah, that's where all that shit comes from.
Just something. Another thing that annoyed me about Morris Chestnut's character, like when they did the talent show where they were doing "Can You Stand the Rain," I was like, of course this nigga thinks he's Johnny Gill. Of
Johnny
course.
Gill.
The best singer of the group. Right. Oh, I'm sorry. We did skip over that. How did we miss it? Yeah, no, of course.
That was a genuine reaction from the women because Malcolm Lee didn't tell them what song they were singing.
Oh, really?
They were just like, that's cool. Just like, go ahead and surprise the ladies.
Look, it's a pretty genuinely great scene.
It's a great scene.
It is a great scene. Because it's like, it just goes to show them as like real friends, right? Like just having a good time and goofing around. I do think it's hilarious that they all had like, I don't know, does Lance have these 4 outfits ready at all times, like at his house? Like,
I think they prepared for the talent show. Now, how they know each other's sizes? That's kind of weird because these 4 men are built very differently.
Yes,
but I'll let it slide.
I do like it. I do like that. It's fucking hilarious. Like Shelby throws her panties at Murch.
That's unacceptable. Unacceptable. Yo, that is so disrespectful.
Again, like you're cruising for an ass whooping, yo. Like you are.
She should have caught it right then. I mean, honestly, because at this point, Shelby had been saying some slick shit to Candace for a minute now, and then she does that. I'm just like, how does she let that slide? But whatever.
Yeah, it's a little ridiculous. So the grown men have a fake fight because they definitely don't want to have a real fight in the car. Then you see Mia. She goes to do her daughter's hair. Her hands are shaking too much, and so she stops. And then she goes to put an ornament on the tree, and she drops it, and she falls down, and then they kind of reveal that she's not doing well, that she has cancer, and then she's kind of like, she's pretty much bedridden at that point. They kind of just put her in the bed, and the guys are standing there after they go to like a Giants practice, and the guys are standing there waiting for more Chestnut to come outside, and yeah, bro, like we all know now. And look, this is the part, like, this is where the movie goes from like really fun to like, this is why the movie, I think, endures, is that you watch these four guys grow up. Like, from this moment forward, everybody is forced to like really grow up. And it's actually kind of beautiful to watch because you don't often see four black men actually growing in a film like this. Not particularly like this, but like in a lot of black films, they're like, this is the playboy, this is the asshole, this is the guy, and this is the other guy, and they just kind of stay that way for the rest of the movie, and it is what it is, right? Yeah. And they play their parts. But you do get to see them mature quite a lot.
Wait, there was another thing I want to ask both of y'all.
Yep.
And this is a scene I think we passed, which is you have Robyn and Harper in the bed, and he tells her that NYU let him go, and he didn't tell her right when it happened. In fact, he kept the fact that they are financially in trouble.
Not acceptable.
Like, how do you? And I think that's just. Is that what you meant earlier about like how sometimes guys won't like communicate? Is that something that?
Yeah, I mean, guys like they don't want to feel like they made a mistake, right? They don't want to feel weak, right? Like that is what society has told us to do.
And then like it's the whole thing of like, I have to be the provider no matter what. You know what I mean? And I can't burden you with all this other stuff, especially his pregnant wife who, stress can lead to miscarriage and stuff like that. And so he's super like walking on eggshells and shit.
Which and they've dealt with it before. Right. And like, that was the whole thing. Like they keep alluding to this, like, don't do too much. Don't work too hard. Don't do it like because of the stress. Right. So, look, I get it. There's no way I'd lose my job and not tell my wife. Like,
yeah, that was the first thing. That's the first person I called when I got fired from my federal government job. First, and I really had to tell her because we were getting married that September. So,
I remember that. Yeah, I remember
that. Yeah. And my father was like, so is a wedding still happening? Like, yes, nigga, wedding is still happening. Like,
did you say yes, nigga?
No. I'm not at that point in our relationship.
You 6 months out. He's 6 months out.
But like also added into this is that he's talked to her about possibly doing Lance's biography, but he told, what's her name? Not Mia.
Jordan.
Yeah. But Jordan knows. And then she later finds out that Jordan like has read the book, and she knows about the bio, and that I feel like that was another thing that added to like there.
That was a huge mistake, dude. Like, because that feels like emotional cheating, which is unacceptable.
You know why? Because men and women can't be friends.
Oh, the very famous Harry Met Sally situation.
Would you feel comfortable with their friendship?
Not when they're attracted to one another, yo. Not when they're attracted to one another. If I'm not
they're not attracted to one another now.
Nah, yo. Nah.
That part's not true either.
Blow her back out.
She don't even know. She don't even know.
I mean, but that was in the first movie.
Nigga, that's one of the funniest scenes of all time. It is. Look, it's so funny because that is my favorite movie of all time, When Harry Met Sally, and that's the crux of that movie. Can men and women be friends? In the beginning, I was like, sure. And then by the end, I'm like, no,
not if
you
want to have sex with them.
You can't. Not if you want to have sex with them. It doesn't even mean that you don't find that person particularly attractive. Like,
right.
But if you want to have a romantic, like if you're like, yes, I would have a romantic relationship with that person. No, you can't be friends. You can't. And 99% of the time, it's not women's fault. It's men's fault because we can't keep it down. We can't keep it down because we just end up being dick under glass, break in case of emergency, and that's not a friendship. That's not a friendship.
Okay.
Look, we're trying to give these lessons out to the young people out there.
Yeah,
Nobody
to
in
the young
nobody in
30-year-olds
particular,
out there.
right? Nobody in
To the
particular.
young 30-year-olds in
Nobody.
California. We're trying to give our advice to the young 30-year-olds out in California.
Young Thundercats out there. Like, yo.
To the 30-year-olds in California, I mean, thanks, Micah. Sure.
No, we're not talking about you. We talking about other people.
I'm saying thank you on behalf of the 30-year-olds who may be listening to this.
Okay.
I know Mike is not talking because he knows I would never listen to him.
Okay, that's fair.
Exactly.
That's fair. That's
No,
absolutely fair.
because I'm not a white man that stares at you and gawks at you. 45 seconds.
Chris
at a
Evans
time.
stares at me all the time when he logs on to Instagram, and he winks at me too.
You listen to him. Yeah,
I will. And look, he can stare at me for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15.
10 seconds is a long time. The conversations that we have before the show are fucking hilarious. Holy shit.
Also, if
They're
you're
fucking hysterical.
If you want to watch us burst out laughing, you have to watch the video because Micah is a fucking fool.
Yeah, but see, you would need to know the context. You would need to know the context.
Yeah, you would need to know the context,
which is really funny. We do get to see we get to see moments with the characters with Mia as she's laying in bed. One of the ones that I thought was actually one of the sweeter ones is Quentin sitting with her and they're smoking together, right? Like, because he's a character who is often not given any level of seriousness, right. but he's actually scared.
He's actually the most reasonable one, and he's actually the one who sees everything pretty clearly.
He does,
like the best advice.
Yeah, he does. See, best advice. Like, don't let her see that video. Don't do it. And so we see a scene of Murch and Shelby meeting up, and Shelby for the first time is not acting like an asshole. And she actually kind of realizes that she was being like a bit of an asshole. And it's not going well. And she feels like she's being kind of a shit mom. And she is being a shit mom because she says she only criticizes her daughter because she's not her. Which is a really shitty thing to do to your kid.
Yep.
And I like this moment because she tries to lean on Murch and he's like, yeah, I'm not your honey. I'm not your baby or whatever. Like, I'm not here for you like that. Like,
right.
Go tell somebody else. And I think that was actually a really nice way to play that character instead of having him be like the ultimate good guy. I'm here for you too, even though you're a piece of shit. And you're my ex. He was like, no, I'm worried about my wife and my kids. I'm not worried about you. Deal with your own shit. That's it. And they have a good resolution at the end. I think it's quite well done. But this feels more like that's why the writing, I think, works really well because it feels more like what people should say, right? Where you're just like, no, I'm not gonna be helpful to my ex who was just a real piece of shit to my wife. Like, no,
right,
yeah, fuck you. And he's not even that crass about it. He's just very matter of fact. Then we see Terrence Howard walk out because he's on medicinal weed, and he's like, "Damn, this medicinal weed ain't no joke." He's holding a candelabra. He's wearing a leather jacket with no shirt on. Like, this nigga is out of his mind. But it's funny. Then Jordan shows a mock-up of the book to Harper. It looks like Lance is on the cover of like Madden, 2020 or whatever. It's very weird. But she's like, yeah, like she's going through it too because she's losing her best friend Mia. And just as she's going through that, here comes Robyn, who sees him consoling her, and she is pissed. I get it, but again, this is like a classic trope of like, why don't you actually talk to her? But that doesn't really work here.
I hate that type of angst. To me, I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, she's like, tell me I didn't see what I thought I saw. You can tell me it's complicated, and he's like, nah, but it is complicated. Like,
I'm like,
we're friends.
Her best friend is dying. I mean, what you want me to say?
Right, but she's also incredibly emotional because she's pregnant.
Right.
I mean, I think it's kind of a slightly shitty excuse in that scene, but
right,
this is a shitty trope in movies. And like Micah said at the beginning, if you don't have these, then the movie can't exist. Like it's just it'd be 30 minutes and you'd wrap it up and that'd be it. While Harper is wrapping gifts, Lance comes in and he's talking to him and he's talking about how like they went to he played in some football game against the Cowboys, I guess, and him and Quentin came out to watch it. And they actually have a bonding moment, like they're like for a single moment in time, like they're friends again, which is pretty cool. Then at a certain point, Lance sees the iPad with the mock-up of the Lance Sullivan story, God, Family, Football, and he fucking flips out. And he's like, "Oh, Lord works in mysterious ways. Like, the fuck is this?" And
this was something I wanted to run by you real quick, and I wanted to prepare it before I brought it to you.
No, we don't have time to talk about that. I'm just gonna punch you, punch your ass, instead of talking. But this is how Lance reacts. He flies off the handle. Like, at no point does he ever just say like, "What is this?" It's like I said, like, "Hey, I was gonna run this by you." Like, nah, fuck you. All right, well, I'm just trying to run it by you. My bad. And he's like, "I'm gonna kill your ass." So he's like, "I don't want you to ever talk to my family ever again." Meanwhile, my wife is dying right next to me, and I'm trying to be, God, family, football.
Even to the point where Mia is trying to calm him down and like talk to Harper to get him to explain, he just shuts her down. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah. Well, part of that is what the movie addresses later on. He still has resentment. He never, talked to Mia about that. You know what I mean? So I'm willing to give this a pass because it is explained in a logical way towards the end of the movie.
Fuck him. So there it is. Yep.
Hello.
You're angry at me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just funny. So then we get the confrontation between Murch and Candace, and she's like, "Look, I was young, I needed money, I was stupid, I deeply regret it. I'll resign from this position." And he's like, "Nah, you're not going to do that. I'm not going to let you do that." And look, Murch feels like a piece of shit for what he said, and he's trying to find the right balance of like, I'm sorry, apologizing and not judging and look, I think he does a really good job in this scene. I think Regina Hall does a great job. She's amazing in this scene. Yeah, look, man, if you're gonna marry a woman who was a stripper, you gotta, as Chris Rock would say, you gotta accept, not just the white part of the bread, but the crust too. Like, you just do. Like, that's, like, maybe that is what she did, but you gotta let that shit go. You just do. I mean, no offense, but I couldn't do it. And that's not a judgment of sex workers. It's not. I just couldn't do it.
Is for the same reason Micah said, because
exactly the same reason. No, but it is though. Like, I was joking earlier, but it is. Like, I'm not mature enough for that. Like, I'm not. Like, I couldn't go to a store and people be like, "Hey, remember that time I saw your wife like shaking ass at fucking the sugar factory or whatever?" I'd be like, "Yo, I can't deal with this. I can't. And I don't judge women who strip. Do your thing. I've gone to strip clubs. The fuck I look like judging them? That's stupid. Like, here's my money. Like, who am I to judge you? But I know for a fact I wouldn't be able to get over like people like I just wouldn't be
jacking it. Jacking it. I wouldn't be able to get over people jacking it to thoughts of my wife. I can't do it.
I would say this. I'd be more likely to date a woman who was a stripper than a woman who was a porn star. 100%. One is just way more dangerous. But I just couldn't imagine because that video is out forever. Like, it's there forever. Like,
how many men do you think would admit feeling insecure? Like, I mean, because I feel like a lot of men would try to blame her.
Oh, a lot of dudes would try to blame her. Yeah,
independent choices to choose however to be a sex worker, right? I don't think many men would just flat out come out and say, I couldn't do it because it's me. It really is me. I'm insecure.
Well, I like to think that I can't speak for Jay. I like to think that I am better than the average man.
You can speak for me.
You
can speak for me. I think we went over my 3 words. Like, you can speak for me. It's fine.
Yeah, you two would like to think.
Well, I'm not 36. You're right. But what can I say? No, I think a lot of guys would try to blame it on her past and say, well, that's something that's a problem with her. She's a thought or whatever fucking term you want to use. No, like, look, I'm not going to judge. Again, I find it wholly stupid to judge someone for like being in porn when I watch porn.
Right.
What the fuck am I like? What kind of a whore would be in those movies? Oh, is there a new video out? What the fuck do I sound like saying that? This is stupid. Or going to a strip club and being like, look at all these hookers here. This is ridiculous. Here's my money.
See that music video WAP? It was disgusting. It was so disgusting. I watched it about 5 times.
My wife says it's not supposed to be wet.
Right. Dry as a bone. Fucking Ben Shapiro. Jesus Christ. But like, who am I to judge those people when I have used their services, so to speak, right? Like that feels very weird to me. So it's not a judgment of them. I think it's a perfectly fine career or whatever. Like, is it necessarily a career I'd want my daughter to be in? No, it's not. And I'm okay to say that. And if you call me a hypocrite, then fuck you. I don't give a shit. But it's not a judgment of them, right? I don't want my daughter to be a fucking like daredevil driver either. It's not a judgment. But if I'm not going to be critical of them as a career, then I have to look at myself personally. I'm not that mature enough to just be like, yeah, that doesn't bother me. It does bother me. Like, and I would never be able to get over that. I just wouldn't be. And that's not fair to that woman. Like, what the fuck? But some dudes can. There are men who are married to porn stars. I mean, God bless. Couldn't be me. It just couldn't be me. I'm not mature enough for that. So, but there's dudes who share their wives with other people. So,
could you date a porn star?
Tiara.
What if you found out that that someone who looks at you longingly does porn on the side, Tiara? Would you be interested in that person?
Like currently doing porn on the side?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Every other weekend. I mean, twice on Sunday.
All in California, maybe.
No.
Yeah, down in the valley. Hey.
No, I'm sorry.
No? Oh, so you just judging? You judging?
I'm not judging.
Yeah,
it's just not for me.
Why
I
not?
thought you were going to say a former porn star.
Nah, no. Today, when you met him, he was just coming out off a shoot.
Yeah, I don't. You know what? No.
Quite literally.
I can't. I don't want to smell them on you. Don't. And also, hold up. Why did you say stripper? What?
Yeah, this conversation is wild.
The better question is
just in time for Christmas, everybody.
Would you date a man who's a stripper currently?
All right. Would you date a man who is a stripper currently?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Swinging it around.
yeah. He's swinging around down at Banana Hammocks downtown or whatever. I don't know the name of male strip clubs. I have no idea.
Yeah, what? I mean, as long as he's not fucking them, yes. I think I would like to say yes. I think I could.
Mhm.
Now,
See, this is how I know this generation is full of shit. Because you guys are so fucking liberal. I'd like to think I would. Just admit, you wouldn't be cool with it.
Y'all are racing.
No,
y'all
that's
are
the
racing
thing.
to see
I
who could
think
be more liberal.
that's the thing.
You're right,
Just
say you're not okay with it. It doesn't mean you judge them.
No, but
You taking
would.
Mr. Banana Hammock home to mom?
I mean, I don't care what she thinks about who I'm dating. What the
Oh.
fuck? I'm a grown woman. The better question would be, would I take him home to my cousin, whose opinion I really do care about? And the answer is yes, I would.
No, your cousin is way too. She's the most reasonable person I've ever met. No, I need unreasonable relatives, yo. Don't do that. Don't try
Your
to.
cousin is damn near in the neighborhood.
She's like, ooh, where he's stripping at? Nah, yo, you can't.
Because if I wouldn't take anybody to an unreasonable family member.
Nah,
so,
you have to. That's
no, I don't.
That's your love. That's the love of your life. That's your love of your life.
Look, I will protect the love of my life from unreasonable family members. So the answer is...
Then don't bring him around us. Don't bring him back to Baltimore then. What you do for a living? I shake ass down at the sugar factory. Nigga, get out of here.
Are you going to tell him that to his face? Because I'm assuming if he's probably the type of stripper I'm thinking of, he's probably going to be like...
Nah, get out of here. Ain't nobody afraid of gym muscles, yo. Ain't nobody afraid of gym muscles. Ain't nobody afraid of gym muscles. No. I'm way more terrified of just a big, strong man than fucking gym muscles. Get out of here, yo.
Sure. Fine. No, I would totally take him home
all right, fine. Yeah.
He's right.
I would totally take him home to meet both of you.
Mm-hmm. That's my first question. That's going to be my first question when I meet this dude. I'm be like, what club you strip at? He's like, yo, I'm not a stripper. I'll be like, don't lie to me.
I would just say ignore.
We're going to come at him like Martin Lawrence and Will Smith.
What?
We're going to come at him like Martin Lawrence and Will Smith in Bad Boys.
Yep, that's right.
No, you won't.
You 16? Nigga, you look 30.
He's
you
like,
36? Nigga, you look 50.
No, he won't.
Mm-hmm. All right, Tiara gonna pretend like she's gonna date a stripper. All right.
I would date a stripper.
I think she would.
A porn star.
I don't think she would.
Okay, a porn star.
A porn star. I'm sorry, but not for me. But a stripper, yeah.
Yeah, I think she would date a stripper.
Yeah, porn star is different though. Because that video.
She seems like she's very superficial enough to date a porn star or a stripper. A stripper.
I mean, I have preferences and I have eyes and I know what I like.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never seen a Korean stripper before. Do they exist?
I don't know.
I'm sure you'll find them.
Yeah, let me find one.
Ma'am, do not Google this during a show. I don't need the pop-up ads plan. Relax. So all the men are like trying desperately to get on their knees and forgive or get forgiveness. Harper is laying on his pregnant wife's belly, just like during the part where they're like, fall on your knees, the angels' voices during that song for Christmas. And so everybody is forgiving everybody.
Nigga, yo. You a hateful nigga, yo. You hate Christmas so much.
I don't like Christmas music. I don't like, let me rephrase that. I don't like white Christmas music. I don't like white Christmas music.
Are white people singing?
It don't matter. White people wrote this.
Yeah.
No.
I have a theory as to why we haven't done The Preacher's Wife, which is a wonderful Christmas time movie.
Is it? I've never seen it. I have no issues with it. We can do it.
Okay.
Next year.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, next year. Christmas 2022.
Okay. No, it's perfectly fine. I can wait till next year. It's going to be so worth it. Movie came out in 1997. I could wait a year.
Look, we could just do The Preacher's Son again. We can do that one for Christmas.
I don't think they're related, but okay.
No, that's the sequel.
No, they're not.
That's the sequel. So then we get, this is to me this is super melodramatic nonsense, but it's Christmas Day and Lance is playing for the New York Giants and he's got a chance to break the all-time rushing record, 176 yards in a single game. Okay. At 55 years old as a running back.
In the cold.
In the cold. Yeah, but it's like, that's when your knees work the best, right? When you're 55 and it's cold out. Everybody knows that. So he's like not doing well. Like at first he didn't want to play the game. He wanted to stay there with Mia. And she's like, no, you have a gift. God wants you to play football. On Sunday, you play for him. And I'm like, wow, religion in football is weird. But anyway, okay.
Then he talks to Harper about it, or him and Harper have like a conversation to kind of like air everything out.
Right.
And Harper does what I can't stand what atheists like him do. He tries to appeal to his sense of faith, right? Like, because you all just look really fucking awkward. Like we could tell, like the shit is not genuine, Like, just don't.
Oh, it's funny. I thought Harper was being. I thought this is some of his best acting because it's a performance.
It's so fake, yo. It's just like. And it's just like, well, did you talk to him? Yo, shut up, yo. Just shut up. Like, it don't work like that. In fairness to us, atheists, we don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. Like, we don't. So don't say anything.
No, look, we just assume this is what you people want to hear. Like,
so yeah, we know. Don't say anything.
Don't y'all like y'all kissing up to him like he's up.
Well, did you call him up and have a chat or like, get the fuck out of here with that shit? Did you pray on it? Fuck you, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of my study.
What did he say when he's?
I'm about to pray on it right now.
Yeah, like down in it, he's got a prayer room, right? Like, isn't like.
First of all, it's a library, not a fucking prayer room. It's his office, yo.
That's not what Ray Lewis would have said. He would have been like,
well, that nigga had somebody stabbed. It's his office, yo. Like
he prayed on it.
Allegedly.
Okay.
Yeah, allegedly. He was like, and look, this is the funniest part of the scene, right? Because this is the funniest part of the scene. He was like, you not only playing for us. I mean, well, you're not playing for me, but you're playing for all of us, and you gotta, you should ask him. Shut up, nigga. I know what to do, right? I'm gonna get down on my knees and I'm gonna give the most intense fucking prayer ever.
I feel like he's not as much praying as he's trying to flex so it looks good in that shirt. He's like,
right. And
like he literally sits up and pushes his pecs up at one point. Yo, all right, Murch, you gotta relax, yo. You gotta relax, yo. Come on, man.
Just calm down, nigga.
You gotta relax, yo. That's a wild moment.
I hate Murch Chestnut so much,
yo. He really literally did that, yo. As I was joking around, he literally did.
I get it. You're fit. Just get the fuck out of here, yo. Nobody prays like that, yo. Nobody prays like that. And Harper is just like, so you want me to? Yeah, should I hang out or just get out, nigga?
Yo. Like he was trying, like he figured, like if there was two people here, like it would get to God twice as fast. He don't know because he don't believe.
Shut up, yo.
Just saying that's how it works. You gotta pop them titties out to get to God. I get it. Like I get it. I understand it now.
I hate him.
Yeah, that shit is hilarious. He was letting me give a little something to the ladies during the moment where I'm praying them out. Hopefully my wife don't die.
It doesn't do anything for me. Like just
goddamn annoying.
Yes. In every movie, every single movie.
So during this football scene, after praying to Jesus, he starts getting his shit rocked. I guess God didn't come through. Because the Dirty Bird defense did.
Up,
I'm just saying this is what happened. I'm not making it up. Yeah, they fuck him up. They cause him to fumble, which is very anti-religious. But then Harper gets a phone call, and it's Mia, and she's just like,
Jay, I don't know how many sporting events you've been to, but
you can just get them up on the phone.
You ain't receiving a cell phone call in a stadium.
Also,
there's way too many phones. And there's way too many phones. They're all connecting at the same time.
But
that's what I'm saying.
Another thing, your three friends are not going to be standing on the field sidelines like that. Like,
no, dude, what? He was like, yeah,
you ain't
thanks for the
understand
seats. These are amazing. I'm like, yo, you're not even sitting down. You're on the sidelines like a coach. Like, no.
Yeah. No.
But somehow he gets a phone call, and like he was like throwing a fit. But then he hears from Mia, and I guess she's like, all I want for Christmas is you, like the Mariah Carey song. The Queen of
to
Christmas.
Beat the record.
Right. And she I guess told him some inspirational words, and he just walks up to his head coach and he's like, give me the ball. And he's like, no, it's over for you. You took an L. Give me the ball. I've got Jesus and my dying wife on my side. And he was like, all right, bet. And
because that's how things work.
That's how it works in the NFL. And so they give him the ball, and then he proceeds with I guess he has the power of God or the glow or something. I don't know.
Yo, the nigga hurtled over another player.
Yo, that was the greatest thing I've ever seen.
No.
And so then he runs in for a touchdown.
This is not okay. Like, I need this movie to be grounded in reality a little bit more.
No, you gonna break your leg, yo. You gonna break your leg, yo. You gonna break your leg. You gonna break your leg.
You're not hurdling over a 19 or 21-year-old football player. You're not doing that.
Well, maybe that person he hurdled over was also 50 years old. And I assume the three defensemen that he pushed over himself were also 50 years old.
Everyone on the Falcons defense is at least his age.
Yeah, no, they're all geriatrics, right? Like that's the weird thing about the Falcons. But yeah, so he does an amazing job, and he scores the winning touchdown, and everyone is
at the last second, right when the clock struck 0, because of course.
Yeah, I thought Mia was gonna die while he played football, which I was like, come on, man, that's a bit much. Like, that feels a little too melodramatic. Yeah. Like, all right. At one point,
I wonder if the score would have been tied if they'd have got the extra point, and instead they went for 2 for the second time in 3 weeks and lost the game.
Is that what happened to the Ravens?
Were you watching the game, Micah? Is that why we lost?
Yep.
Yeah, nah, yo, this ain't on me, yo. Yes, no, this ain't on me. That shit ain't on me. Fuck that.
You leave Tyler Huntley alone.
So Mia says, like, look, she says to Jordan, like, hey, remember this good-looking ass girl with Pocahontas hair back in college? Yeah, well, Lance can remarry, but not to her. And so it's just like kind of this, like, these very like finite moments of them losing their friend. And look, it's sad. Look, I teared up, man. I did. I teared up a number of times during this scene. Lance rushes home after winning the game and getting the breaking the record to spend his last moments with his wife before she dies. Again, no thank you. No thank you. I would like, if I have to die after my wife, I hope that we are very old so I can just die of a broken heart at like 89 years old.
The scene when Mia collapsed, trying to put on the Christmas decoration, and she had a breakdown where she even was angry, and she was like, "It's just not fair," because she just wants to like hold on her children and watch them grow up.
Yeah,
that part got me too.
Yeah,
man. Like, I get that fridging is a trope that shouldn't really kind of be prevalent, but like it works, nigga. It works on me.
I mean, look, not only does it work, but it's also like, I know it's easy to say it's to slam that type of writing. And I think it's mostly because it almost only happens exclusively to women, that inspire men. But like, and I think it can go both ways. And I think like in movies, you can make it go both ways, right? But that is how reality works, actually. Like sometimes people lose people and they're like, yo, they make a hard change in their lives. That's like, I don't know why people act like that's not true. Like that is true. There are plenty of people who like lose parents or, God forbid, children, and they change. They do, and they change in very significant ways. Like that's not unheard of. So yes, it shouldn't just happen to women. That's a very fair criticism. But to say that it should never happen in story writing is just nonsense. Like I've never understood that argument. So at the funeral, everybody is there. And I appreciate that they didn't super linger on her death, but they just got to the funeral and to like, to kind of the after events of it. Shelby gives, Murch, like a big old fat check. And he's like, look, I can't accept this. And she was like, no, you can, and you will. Like, basically I was being a shithead. I'm sorry. And, all I want from you is, that our kids can have play dates. 'Cause she's trying to be a better mother. Right. Like, I appreciated that arc for her. And then she goes over to Candace and just says sorry, which I thought was kind of a shitty sorry. Too. What's that?
No, I think that sorry was perfect for that character, and the response was perfect for the person that received that apology. Because they ain't cool.
Yeah.
Right. But it's like, I'm sorry. Right. Yeah. And it's just like, all right, yeah, I know you're sorry.
Your ass is
and then that's it.
And they ain't friends. That's it.
Right, they ain't friends, but they know that like they grown, like you ain't supposed to act like that.
Yeah, and you ain't supposed to be fucking fist fighting in front of your kids at, again, 50 years old.
What the fuck?
Then obviously as a R&B aficionado, I recognize that was Anthony Hamilton singing.
What's that? Song they sing? It's a cover of my favorite song from this particular artist. Do you know who it is?
I'm trying to I'm reading I recognize the song obviously, but I'm trying to read it on the subtitles. Hold on.
You don't even have to get the name of the song because
I can't like this is very weird to read until they're like I can't catch the melody in my head because I can't hear it.
The song is "As" from Stevie Wonder. It's my favorite Stevie Wonder song.
Is that your favorite Stevie Wonder song?
Yeah, I think it's a beautiful song. I absolutely love it.
It is a great song,
and this is a wonderful cover of it. Like it's very slow and melancholy, and the Stevie Wonder version of it is a little more upbeat and impassioned, right? Like it's like a declaration of like I fucking love you, right? And in this it takes on a more somber tone. As soon as I heard that song and I saw all this, funeral imagery, I was just like, all right, stop cutting the fucking onions, man.
Why is everybody crying in here? Look, it's so funny. There is, I feel like everybody has a favorite Stevie Wonder song. You should, as a black person, that just feels weird to not.
Somebody's quiet. Somebody's quiet.
Who's Stevie Wonder, guy?
Somebody move. Stone faced.
She don't even know who Stevie Wonder is.
Stevie Wonder? Who the fuck is that?
Is he a Korean singer? I never heard of him.
Hey.
He's not from South Korea.
Are you sure?
I'm sure there's been a South Korean singer who's covered a Stevie Wonder song. Every time I hear, and it might feel like a very weird song to be emotional about, but every time I hear Signed, Sealed, Delivered, I get choked up. Every time, because I think about my daughter. Every fucking time. That's the Stevie Wonder song. Like, if I'm driving, that shit comes on, I'm like, it's just...
That song makes you think about your daughter, and not Isn't She Lovely, the song that he wrote about his daughter?
I like that song. That's just not the song I think about. It's not.
Okay.
Just because of the way in which my daughter came into our lives. Isn't she lovely?
All right.
Yeah.
All right, yo. Stop, yo.
You gonna cry. She gonna cry. Let me keep talking. Hold on. Let's see if we can get some tears in this episode. And look, here is the moment I'm gonna get a little verklempt, and I'm gonna be super real, as if I'm never honest on this show, which is a lie. Let me pour this glass of wine. Yeah, just drink out of the bottle for this one.
I can't.
Harper delivers what I think is a beautiful eulogy, and he says something that I appreciated as an atheist, which is he respects that everybody there is religious, and he says, you know, they say that this is God's plan or whatever, but he's like, look, this is a really hard thing to understand. Right. And I like that statement, right? Because it's true. Like, even when you say, oh, you know, God's plan, you know, even if you're Drake, it's still hard to lose your spouse, right? And or see your best friend lose his spouse. But that's not the part that I get choked up about. It's the next scene where Mia had said to Harper, and she had said to Lance, like, you're gonna need each other, right? Like, I know what's coming. I'm not going to be there. You're going to need each other. And you got to get over your shit because you're going to need your best friend. And the scene where Mr. Cool Hand Luke over there is standing there watching them lower his wife's casket into the ground. And he's, you know, he plays it fucking cool the whole movie. And you see him unclench his fist. And that's him, like, having to, like, quite literally let go of his wife. His breakdown and Harper going to him, you have no heart if that didn't affect you. Like,
this is the best
Come
acting
on,
this is literally the best acting I've ever seen from Morris Chestnut. And look, I give that guy shit all the time.
Yeah.
But when he does something great, he does something great. And that particular scene with the symbolism, like you mentioned, with his clenched fist finally opening up and him knowing to give an ugly cry at a situation that calls for an ugly cry. And then to see Harper come in and just to see those two fucking macho ass dudes fucking embrace each other. It's fucking it. Yep. You nailed it, man. Yep. Like, I had to fast forward through that fucking scene. I can't.
Yeah. Like, that to me, like, we don't often get to see black men like that. Right. And it's vulnerable without it being, like, made fun of or seem goofy or whatever. It is just real. And you're supposed to be there for your, like, that's like when it's always like, yeah, that's my nigga, that's my homeboy, whatever. That's when that's your best friend. Mm-hmm. That's when that's your best friend. Because Harper gave no fucks about what he looked like holding his friend as his friend was going through that shit. And his friend gave no fucks about what anyone thought because he just lost his wife. We don't see enough of black men being shown as full men, full people in those moments. And I just, like, kudos to Malcolm Lee for writing that scene. Kudos to those two guys for acting their ass off in that scene. It's a powerful ass scene. It was great. It was. So all that, and then we talk about how the potato salad is really great because that's what black people do immediately after that. Then, like, Brian comes to, you know, Brian is there, and Jordan is able to actually finally, like, admit, like, she loves this guy. And, like, and that was kind of, I think, kind of a promise she kind of made to herself because of the conversation she had with Mia of, like, what are you, like, holding back for? Like, you know, like, if you love this guy, you love this guy. Like, it's all right. Like, stop trying to be so fucking stone cold and shit. Like, I don't need nobody. Which she, like, literally tells him earlier in the movie. I'm like,
yeah, that was
not okay.
That was that sounded like the end. I thought that was the end of the relationship. To be honest. Like,
for a lot of dudes, it probably would have been. Like,
if you tell someone I love you, but I feel like you don't need me, and the automatic response is I don't. I'm like, oof.
You right.
Well, you right.
You just fade the fuck out to Vermont. Like, you got it.
But he came back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I see Nia Long. Look. To quote Calvin Candy, that black tar just when it grabs you, it pulls you down. He wasn't going nowhere. I don't need you.
He was like, I know you say you don't need me, but I just want to convince you because I know I need you.
Yeah, like, look, have you seen a mirror? Have you seen yourself? Yeah, I'm coming back. Don't worry. We going to Hawaii, girl. Come on now. Stop playing. And then Sanaa Lathan, water breaks on the floor. And then, like, we had a great scene of, again, like, vulnerability and things like that. And then lock that shit back up, because here comes cool-ass Lance. I'll deliver this baby in the car. It's fine. Like, I was like, yo, all right, yo.
Jesus.
And
you just can't, like, not, all right, yo. All right. Jesus Christ.
I felt the same way. I was like, all right. Like when he was like, I was cool when he was like, yeah, I'm gonna call my doctor. He delivered all my kids. I trust. I was like, that's great. And then he tried to deliver it. I was like, all right. I was like, so this nigga beat his Russian record, made playoffs, all this stuff like that, and he's gonna deliver a kid. Cool.
Yeah, like God, family, my family, your family, whatever. I deliver that baby. Football, right? In that order.
It was so ridiculous, yo.
Yo, this scene is pretty ridiculous. So he delivers a breech baby.
A breech baby at 60 miles an hour in the back of an SUV.
And then they said she needed to have a C-section.
Originally,
it's safer for, if your baby is breached, it's safer to have a C-section. You don't need to have a C-section. But
wasn't she
if
like,
you don't have a C-section,
did she tell them that, you're gonna have to cut me up? She said that in the car.
Yeah, you're gonna have to cut me open. She's like, I'm okay with you doing it. I'm like, nigga, this dude's a football player. He might have CTE. He's been in the league for 30 years. No.
I'm like, I don't think he knows how to do that, Robyn.
Yeah, if the baby is breached, you like, and you can't do a C-section, like, you gotta move, physically move the baby around. Yo.
Yeah,
and he was like, I got the feet. You pulling the feet, nigga? You can't do that. That's not how that works. No. I like how Robyn is like still mad at Harper, even like during this. He's like, well, maybe if we should shut up, nigga. Like, all right, you got it. You got it. I'm my bad. We just gonna let the football player deliver our child. All right. Like, I know you're still mad. Okay. He can do anything.
After clearly we've had issues around this before, but sure.
Yeah, I'd be like,
put this in Lance's hands.
But I mean, what else are you gonna do? I mean, maybe not let Lance do it. Like, have your husband do it at least. But yeah, it's that's a little crazy. But of course, I mean, the man just finished rushing for 176 yards, so of course he could do it. And yeah, he delivers this breech baby, and everything is fine. We get a scene.
They pull up to the emergency room. They pull up to the emergency room. The doctor opens the door, and the first words out of Lance's mouth are, "It's a girl." Nigga, I don't give a fuck what the gender is. Where's the patient?
He was like, "Oh yeah, my bad. You got it." I'm like, all right, thanks. They name this child Mia, obviously.
Nope. You
think they should name it Lance? Lance?
No, I think they shouldn't have named it after the girl, after the woman that the father cheated on with his fucking best friend.
At least not the first name. At least not the first.
Right,
name.
the middle name. Fine. I'm not naming my child after some other woman that I fucked. I'm not doing.
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
You naming your daughter Jackie?
No.
Nigga,
knock it off. Knock it off.
Right?
That's wild
weird.
Move. That's a wild.
That's weird.
Yeah. Yeah. What'd you think of that? I think that's a bad idea. That's what I think of that.
Yeah.
By the way, this baby is mad old. Like, this is like a 2-month-old baby. Right? Like, that shit is hilarious to me because they're like 10 months later, and when they show the baby 10 months later, I'm like, yo, that baby's 1 year old. Like, this baby is not a newborn, yo. I saw a newborn yesterday, yo. That baby, newborns are like this big. Like, they're tiny. Get out of here. Now, this baby's got a full head of hair. This is an old ass baby. But look, this apparently 10-month-old baby is adorable. It's a cute little baby.
Yeah.
I like her big old head. Yeah, so then they get the first copy of God Family Football. Written, of course, by Harper. And Harper is there. Or Harper hands the book over to Lance, who's there in the baby room with, I guess, his niece. And like everything is good, man. They're all good. So everything is fine. And everybody is there, taking pictures or whatever. And then fast forward, and then they get a call from Quentin, and Quentin's like, "Hey, I'm getting married, y'all. Yeah, it's about time." And then the baby just starts crying. Because even that baby was like, "This is a terrible ass idea." What do you do?
Quentin says, "I want you to be my best man, Harper, but
right.
you got to promise me one thing. You better not have fucked her." And then the baby was like, "What? A bad word." What?
Well, the baby understands because the baby's 7 years old. Old ass baby. Yeah. So that this is supposed to be the third movie. Like, is all about Quentin getting married. Look, a Quentin focused movie, is going to be hysterical. So that's fine. That's fine.
Well, series.
Or series, yeah. But look, it sucks that it's not going to be a movie, but that's 10 hours versus like 2 hours. So you get 8 extra hours.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's kind of
I guess we'll get to see Lance find love again. Probably.
I hope he marries, they make him marry, what's her face? Shelby. That would be fucking hilarious. Or she like, "Oh my God, I loved you." Like, all right, whatever. Oh no. All right. All right. That's it for us. Any parting words?
This was fun. I like this movie.
Yeah.
We'll watch again.
Yeah.
The series is great. I absolutely love it. And more. I actually am excited. Not excited, but when the series comes out, I will watch it.
Absolutely. Yeah,
yep,
I will. I'll figure out how to get Peacock or whatever it's on to watch it because I definitely want to see it. All right, that's it for us. This is a last minute Christmas present to all of you. So hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you guys in 2022. Later.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
You're watching the Black on Black Cinema YouTube channel. Make sure you check out our full reviews of Black movies, past and present. And every other week, we do a preview episode where we talk about a random topic that affects the Black community.